Welcome to Bit channel. In this today video, we'll be learning about the use callback hook. And in the last video, we have learned about the use memo. And apart from that, we will try to cover all the hooks that are important in our React in day-to-day life. And for the front end framework, mainly what are the hooks we are using. So like the already you have know that like we will use the use state, use effect, use context, and use reducer, use memo. So all these things are important in a day-to-day life, and for the creating the project. And now we will be continuing with the use callback hook. In the use callback hook, you can see that like one I have already written like a one small code. Okay, and I just wanted to try how it works. Okay, and then in this one, why we need to use this one. So like I will explain I will provide you one small definition, and we will continue with this one. Okay, and here, okay, so what I will do, okay, I will just tell in the normal simple words. It is used to memorize callback function. Okay, it is used to memorize callback function to prevent unnecessary rendering. Okay, so in this one, it tells that in this this function you can see, right? This callback function, what it will do, it will memorize, means it will take a reference of that memory, like that function, and then keep it separately, and whenever it is being called, at that time it will render. Okay, if you want the more information, just hover on this one button. Okay, use callback will return a memorized version of a callback that only changes if any one of the input has changed. So it clearly describes like when it like whenever the changes are happening in this one, at that time only it will uh, render, we can say. So if you want, you can just once again hover on this one. And apart from this one, in simple words, I will explain you another few things about this one. It accepts two arguments. One is callback function and the one is the dependency. So you can see that one callback function is there and the one is the one dependency. So the dependency can be empty, or else say an empty array, or else say inside this you can add this count also. But we don't require at this moment we don't require. Okay, and I will just add a empty brace. Okay, and it returns new function if changes in any of the dependencies. Means what will happen if any, like if the something is being changed. Okay, if suppose if I return this count inside this one. Okay, as like just like this. So count, if the count is getting changed, at the time this function will also like take one new reference. Okay, like previously reference whatever it has made, it will remove that and it will recreate one new reference for that. Okay, it returns new function if any changes in the dependencies. Okay, so it clearly tells that if any changes in the dependency, then only it will it will recreate the new function. If there is no changes in any of the dependency, it will return old function only. Means I have told you it will create one reference in that, like if the changes are there, then it will provide the new callback function. If there are no changes, then it will provide the previous function, like whatever the reference it has stored. Okay, now like we will come to the main part, and we will understand like how this code works actually. So what we will do, before using the use callback hook, I have already like told you basic things about this one. If you are unable to understand the definition, okay, go to the Google and have one small definition like you can understand. But this example, if you search any like AI or somewhere else, you can't get any simple as it is. Okay, so like I had tried my best to provide one simple example for you so that you can understand. Okay. Now we will start our code. So what I had did, I have imported my hello world in the app.jsx. Okay. And I already started my server. So if you can also start your server now. So what I will do, I will just RFC. Okay. Okay. Now this sign up. Okay. This sign up, actually I have created my one dummy one. So you can take like alternate name as child.jsx. Okay, so this child.jsx will be imported in hello world.jsx. Hello world will be imported in app.jsx. So this sign up, imagine this sign up as a child. Okay, now child and hello world is the parent. So in this one, what I will do, I will just write one h2. Okay, and I will write one h2 as child component. Okay, I will just write one child component. Okay. And inside this one, we don't require any kind of data. Okay. I'll just write child comp. Okay. So comp in the sense component. And then apart from that, okay, what we will do, okay, we will take the data from here. Okay. We'll pass the props from here. And then after that, we will understand. Okay. Now in this one, okay, the major thing is like we have already imported this one, and what we will do, I will just write const. Okay, I will create one use state. Okay, as count, comma set count. Okay, set count is to use state of 0. Okay, the use state has been already imported, and then next const. Okay, const. Okay, in this one, what I will do, I will add one arrow function as a show message. Okay, yes, show message, or else whatever you want, you can add message. And here, instead of adding a normal callback function, I will add use reduce. Okay, use callback function. Use callback. Now you can see we have called one callback function inside that, and we will pass one dependency, empty dependency. Okay, you can say as a empty array. Now in this one, I will just add one console log as a parent. Okay, so that hello world. Okay, not hello world, hello from parent. Okay, so what will happen if the this page is getting rendered, at that moment you will get to know that this page is getting rendering now. And like, okay, we will directly use this one. Okay, h2 in this one, count value. Okay, count value, and here count, and then one button as parent on click. Okay, inside this I will use one callback function and set count of count. Okay, instead of this one, what we will do, I will add as prev. So prev in the sense like what alternatively, like whatever the data is stored, that will be considered as a previous data and stored as parameter. Pre plus one means what will happen, like count is to count plus one we used to write, right? So pre, like what will happen, pre will like one new parameter, that parameter will be assigned as a count. Okay, if you are like unable to understand, so just make it as normal count, count plus one. Okay, count plus one, that's it. Okay, and then apart from this one, now the main thing, that is child component. Okay, that child component, the name is sign up. Okay, sign up. Okay, now in the sign up, what we will do, we will pass this. Okay, we'll pass this function. So, like, what we need to do here, like, why we are passing this one in the sense, like, when to use the React memo. To explain that, we need to understand like this function. Okay, it's basically like some like many times we have seen that like we used to pass the props. So as like a name or something basic thing you have seen, but this time we are passing an entire function only. So already you may have passed like you may know the example. Okay, but this is one like one another example to understand the React memo and use callback hook. Okay, now everything has been done from this component. Okay, and then we'll come back to this one, the main component, and here I will destructure it and I will use the prop. Okay, and then I will use on, okay, button as child. Okay, on click. Okay, if you're unable to understand this thing, okay, first look at the screen and write the code as I'm writing. So by that you can understand like what are the basic thing we are writing. After this writing this code, I will explain once again so that you can understand. re okay, re-rendering. Okay, I will save this one, and okay, everything is fine. Okay, and I haven't used the React memo. Okay, I haven't used the React memo. I will explain why and what are the problems we can get here. Okay, what I will do, I will pass this one and I will, okay, uncomment this and I will save and I will go back to my browser. Now you can see, okay, Now on the screen you can see that one count is there, one parent is there, and one child component like one h2 is there. That's it. And basically two buttons I'm having. First, what I will do, I will click on parent. Okay. Whenever I'm clicking on this parent, one re-rendering is occurring. So where is this re-rendering? So re-rendering is inside the child component, but still this parent component is getting rendered. Like, are you getting here? Means here one parent and child means A and B. If B is A is working at the time, still B is getting called. See here, re-rendering. So re-rendering is present inside the sign up function. But I'm clicking on the parent. Parent, where is the parent? Parent is here. Means while I'm running this component is running unnecessarily behind the screen. Are you getting here? This component is getting running unnecessarily behind the screen. Why? Because I'm clicking on this particular button, and this button is present inside the hello world.jsx. So like this entire component is getting rendered, and like whenever it's getting rendered, this it will call the this child function also. Means child function, what it will do, it will call, like it will run as a re-rendering. And if I click child hello from parent, it will happen. Why? Because here we have passed the function as a props, and the function is present inside the parent. So for that we are getting the hello from parent. But it like whenever I'm clicking on the parent, it should not render for the child. Okay, re-rendering. Okay, you may get some mistakes. Okay, re-rendering from child. Okay, re-rendering from child. I will once again I will refresh it, and you can see that I'm clicking on the parent, but still it's re-rendering from the child. So this is the issue we are facing here. To avoid this one, we need to use the React memo. So where the use memo comes in this scenario, and it will be solving this case. Okay. Now you can see that I'm clicking on this parent, and count value is getting increased, but nothing is rendering on the screen. Now if I click on the child, hello from parent. Now completely we have been removed the like rendering from the parent. Why? Because nothing is there to render here. So and here React already minimal of the things it will re-render, and here it's just rendering one button, and this function is present inside the parent. So for that it's getting like a hello from parent. So you may have understood this one. Okay. And if you haven't understood, okay, I will explain once again. Listen properly. So in this one, so what we have did, everyone knows how to use the use state hook and how to use the use effect hook. So these are the two hooks. So combination of that only we have made the use callback hook. You can see that one. Okay. One, yeah, so basically, okay, we will start with one list function. Okay. Now we have imported the use callback function and use state, and to increase the count value, we require this one. So I no need to explain this again and again. In if you're if you don't know about this one, like what is state and use effect, then you must watch my definite you must watch the my previous videos about the use state and use effect of React. Okay. And then what we have did, we have created one const and as a variable, and this one is the one name. Okay, name of the variable. And then what inside this one, we are using the use callback hook. Inside the callback hook, it will accept two things. One is the arrow function, okay, as a callback function, and another one is the dependency. So here I have just written nothing inside this one, and I have passed this function inside this one. So why we need to use the callback function? So basically it it will memorize our callback function. Means here, like if the changes are there, then only it will be affecting. If they if there are no changes in this one, then it won't like re-rendering this function again and again. It will it will take the reference previously it has been saved. So this is the one basic example I have shown you. And here, if you still unable to understand, then I will highly recommend you to understand the use effect and use state first, and then later you can come to this particular part. So thanks for watching the video.